Just because you can book a tour doesn't mean that you should. And honestly, a venue giving you a yes on a Tuesday night doesn't necessarily make that a smart business move. I'm sure if you're trying to make money in the music industry right now, you've heard the argument of playing to the algorithm or playing to shows. And if you haven't, it basically goes like this. One side of the music industry is telling you shows are dead, so what you need to do is write songs, put them out every week, let the algorithm do its work, and that's how you make your money. The other side is more of an old school side where it's like, no, you need to get in a van, you need to go play shows to rooms of 2 people, you need to pay your dues, and then eventually all of that will pay off. I tried both, and honestly, I stagnated in both of them. And it wasn't until I got into the business world and I learned under actual business owners and CEOs that the right path is probably somewhere in the middle. And if you'll stick with me for the next few minutes, I'll explain to you why that makes sense and how to grow your music business from nothing into something. So let's be fair to both sides. Streaming does scale. You can get it to a certain level and it's gonna make you a lot of money. They are very right about that. The only part that they leave out is you don't really start making money until well after it scales. I'm talking tens, if not hundreds of thousands of views before you're seeing any kind of substantial money. And by then you're doing a lot of work to put that in, or you just hit some kind of virality stream. The only problem with that is Spotify or whatever streaming service you use, they decide really what reaches the algorithm. So it's not really something that you can rely on week in, week out, unless you've really dialed that in. And if you have, you're probably not watching this video anyways. So that's why that side does work a little bit. It's just a lot harder. Look at it this way. You're probably putting out a song that maybe has like 500 to a couple thousand views. If you haven't set up any of your money in the back end and you don't know what you're making off of that, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, it's a cup of coffee. So really cool. 1,000 views is nothing to scoff at, but if you want to start seeing real money, you got to start doing some other things instead. On the other side, the shows camp says, get into a van, go play in a random city on a Tuesday night, 3 people show up, pay your dues, that's character building. And honestly, you do need to play in front of people. They are right about that. You need to play as many shows as you can because you need to start pumping out what it feels like to be a good band live or a good artist live. But you also need people in the room to tell you what songs are good. The only thing is, I don't think that you should have to lose $300 a night in order to find those things out. Now let me show you why just play more shows breaks. And I don't want you just to take my word for it, so I have this graph up. If you'll see, 64% of venues in America were not profitable last year. That's 2/3 of all venues are not making money. And these are rooms that are booking artists with a draw, and they're not making any money. And it gets worse. Some of these venues are using a pay-to-play method where they are basically selling you an allotment of tickets and then you have to go out and sell those tickets to see any kind of money. Think about that. They are saying you have to pay for the privilege to bring them customers. That is wild to me. So what's the middle path? It's not going to be a music answer, it's going to be a business one. I've never heard a CEO or an owner say, let's open a second location while our first one is not profitable. Basically what that is saying is, if you're a kitchen or if you're a restaurant and you're not making any money, you're not going to go across town and open another location. You're going to try to figure out how to make money where you're at. What that means in music terms is there's not a lot of success that's going to go into you trying to expand your business before you have a good foothold where you're at. That means playing locally, building local fans, and making profitable shows before you ever try to expand into other territories. And your first room should be rooms that don't lose money. You can do a living room and invite another artist from around town. Y'all bring 10 people in together. You could hit up your local coffee shop. It's not really a request if you're bringing them customers. So anything like that to where you are bringing people in, you're potentially selling tickets, you're selling any kind of merch like that, and you're building locally is what's going to get you ahead. And if you think that small venues are beneath you, Spotify itself says that artists' top 2% of listeners drive about half of their ticket sales. So just think about those numbers while you're thinking of playing small. Say you got 50 fans in one city. Here's a question that you've probably not been asked before. Are you more likely to get 50 fans through a door on a random Thursday night? Or are you more likely to get 50 fans through 4 separate doors if you play 4 house shows in a month? Think about it. If you do the one venue, then some of your fans are probably going to be sick, they're going to be busy, they're going to forget. You're going to end up with maybe 20 of those on a good night. Whereas if you're playing local shows in people's houses, in local coffee shops, whatever you want to play them at, you have a much better odds of getting all 50 of those people in the door in the same month. And even if you are lucky enough to play multiple venues in your city during the same month, you're still going to be splitting a lot of those fans throughout your venues, and the percentages are jacked way up for those venues, so you're taking home a lot less than if you were just to sell tickets for a house show. And honestly, it's a better experience for the fans anyways. If you think about it, at a venue, you're up on a stage, you're pretty removed from your fans, the lights are in your face, you can't really see what's going on. At a house show, a fan's right next to you, they feel like they're a part of the experience. To give that some traction, if you think about it, last year, the All-American Rejects, they created a global phenomenon with playing house shows. Think about it, one of the biggest pop punk bands on earth said, we're done with arenas, we're done with venues, we're not doing that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play at local house shows, in backyards, in fields, and it went nuts because fans want that experience of being close and personal with you and having a great night together. And so here's the part that brings both of these camps together. A house show isn't just a place to practice your songs, it's a feedback loop. Think about it. You get your fans right next to you, you play your songs, and then instantly you can see which songs are working. You can see what people are connecting with, you can see what people are singing back to you, and so that instantly tells you maybe you should build some content around this song because clearly the people who are enjoying my content want to hear more of this. So you've got your whole circle right there where it's play songs, we'll develop content around those songs, and that'll draw in more and more fans, and you just keep expanding and expanding. Okay, so when do you start branching out into other cities? I've got 4 checklists for you that are more than likely going to help you determine whether you should start expanding more. 1. 3 consecutive local shows in town that are profitable. They don't have to be packed, they don't have to go viral, they just need to make you money. You need to know that people are showing up and paying for the experience of you playing. 2. 40 plus names on your email or phone list. That is not followers on Instagram or whatever social media you do. You need 40 emails and phone numbers of people that you can directly contact if you ever have a local show. 3, you need repeatable faces. These are people who are showing up time and time again to your shows. That's not family members, that's not close personal friends. These are people who genuinely enjoy your music and they keep showing up. And 4, it's a real reason to move to another city. So that can mean you made friends with an artist in a city and they have a pretty good local following, you open for them and you gain new fans. Maybe something online goes viral and you see that you have a bunch of fans in that city, so it makes sense to go and play there. Really, any kind of reason where you can see where people will actually show up to these shows, that makes it a reason to go. If you don't have any fans in a city and don't have any way to bring any money in, you should not go play in that city, because it is not going to be worth it for you to lose money to play for nobody. And being real, staying home another month is not a failure. You are playing live music, you are playing shows, you are having fun, and you are making money. I think we get caught up in this whole thing of, all right, everything needs to happen now. And if we're not growing at a super exponential rate, then we're failing. We need to get that out of our heads. If we are playing for 10 people, for 15 people, for 20 people locally, and it's bringing in some money to help pay bills, that's a success. And we need to start building our business incrementally so that success can compound. I'm not asking you to trust this theory, I'm actually testing it out myself. I have a show coming up in August in Chattanooga, and I will be posting real numbers, I'll be posting highlights, good and bad, anything that happens. I'm gonna be completely transparent. If any of this interests you, I have free tools that help you build all of this at grassrootsmusiccollective.com. There's no catch, it's just free house show builder, it's a payout calculator, a lot of really cool things that can kind of help you keep your admin all in one place as you try to grow and expand. And remember, stay local, don't try to grow outside your means, and be patient. Music is not going to happen overnight. Growing a business doesn't happen overnight. So stay patient, stay on the steady track, and it will eventually pay off. Thanks, guys.